Good morning, everybody. Kawis ay agaw you. If you're Ibaloy, good morning. It's very funny to see online nga mabibilang kayo nga nagaduti empty chairs niya. So if you don't mind, I will suggest to the organizers nan apat ket in sisinango. We look at each other. It is in adi in lilikod. We do not talk to the back of the person. So if you don't mind, later on, you can rearrange so that you are in a U circle. That's usually how it is. And then in the middle, there's fire. That's what apat means. Apat is both what your manang ng ati said. It is, and Mrs. Kiwang Heather, marigata na ngay because you see our names. My name is from the calendar of the Catholic Church. Yeah. So I was born on the day of Saint Brigida. That's why my name is Brigida. But since this is CICM, can I collect money that is Spanish? It has to be Spanish. And therefore it became Sinaida. So all of us in the family have two names. Sinaida Brigida is my name. And because it was so hard to say Sinaida, nobody calls me Sinaida. It became Bridget. That is Briggs. So I am Lola Briggs. That's how I want to be introduced. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much to the research and extension people. It's my second time in this hall. And the first time I was asked, I came to listen to a number of researches of both undergraduate and graduate students. Natataak, as they say in Bontok. I was so awed because years and years ago, maybe 30 years ago, I joined a forum where UP Baguio, which was then a college, UPC, was trying to put together the tertiary level public and private colleges. There were no universities yet at that time in Northern Luzon. And BSU could hardly present a research or an extension program that nga i-compare da kadagi dyan naglalastog nga no agtudo basit kat malmusta ta nakatangat ti agungda niya the people of UP, and I felt bad. I felt bad because I am a UP graduate, student of the public schools from grade 1 to university level, but my mom came from here, from BSU. And I remember my father saying, "All right, if you don't like to study and you want to just go do what you want to do, you can enroll in BSU." That was the reputation of BSU then. And my mother would say, "Han mo nga ismolon di eskwelahan ko. Tadyayak nga nagapuan." And this was an education institution, meaning my mother, after 2 years of college, was sent to teach in Lias in Bontoc. And most anybody of my mother's generation went through that if they went to school. But by that, they took either nursing or education. But more of them took education because very few of them were able to go to the States, those from Benguet most of all. Allow me, therefore, to be very personal. I'd like to address where did he go? He left? Your Laguna guy? We grew up in Diliman, which was a concrete jungle, even at that time when there were so many trees and we could pick mangoes and star apple. Mawawanan ti budget me nga allowance, mga kaminti star apple, pomelo, yay swang, ako na da, and then tamarin, ada dyan, and these were free in Diliman. But we would always welcome the fact that I would be able to go to Los Baños, from where Dr. What is his name? Lumbres comes from. Because there, what you eat in Diliman, you can have 10 times more if you go to Los Baños for free. And it is a beautiful campus until now. So I just wanted to address him before he left, kumanga, you should bring to PSU the culture of Los Baños. If you look for your professor, he was usually in the farm of somebody near the school in Sakasaka, without shoes and cultivating the farm. he was not delivering a lecture with a Barong Tagalog that has Cordillera motif. It was not like that before. You go look for your professor there, he is a gargadin, and he will tell you, you come and you do this. And Los Baños grew. I mean, Laguna grew because of Los Baños. And that is my message to Isulang Timalagipyo, that PSU, as it was always meant to be, should be the leader for the Cordillera, and I did not say Benguet. Okay, so being very personal, apat, I decided, as I told Nati yesterday, I will not deliver a message which is written. I have two essays. One is the Igorot Strikes Back. You know, if you go to Jedi and the Force Strikes Back. But there was a time when I was so mad in Baguio that the indigene was reduced to saka-saka, G-string without briefs, and costume. So thanks to the DepEd, they changed the word costume into attire, because they said that's not our costume, ma'am. That's what we use. So it is DepEd that changed the word costume into attire. And that's why I don't know which president or which secretary, they ordered that all government officials report in Filipiniana. If you remember. So there was a time everybody was using pussy and those beautiful embroidered, and that is also Laguna. So don't think that indigenous means Cordillera. Now it means Ipis, indigenous people. Muyuti Ipis, cockroach. That is Ipis. And that is what I would like to share with you this morning. To go into a paradigm shift, yung research niya. So when Nati called me last night, what do you want to title your sharing? This is not a speech. I said it is, and I will read what I put there. It is the role of the researcher, kayo as researchers, but also as objects of research and subjects of research. Yeah? What is your role in indigenous knowledge? And I have always hated the word preserve. You do not preserve culture. If you preserve it, it stays in the museum. You go and sit there, and it stays there, and it dies. Culture is very dynamic, so it is never preserved. No, you respect culture, yes. So first and foremost, please understand, no apang kayo ti IK, if you are going into IK, katulad nga ng sabi, marunong din tayong managalog. I did not say Filipino. Kasi if you went to Manila before, you have to talk Tagalog. And our Tagalog is what we learned in Filipino, in school. So they ask us, saan ka ba pupunta, Briggs? Sa Silid Aklatan. Ano? Kung nadagay taga Manila. Saan yun? Sa library, di ba? Silid Aklatan yun. Library, sabihin mo na lang. You see, so you're in Manila, speaking an alien language, and at the same time, both of you understand each other in a more alien language. Therefore, what is indigenous? Even somebody who comes from Saturn or even Jupiter, that's the farthest planet, no, is indigenous. There is no Filipino who is not indigenous. So I was very happy there was somebody from Laguna here, because I was going to tell you that's where I first understood the meaning of fiesta. You know, in Laguna, all houses are open. Anybody can come in and eat. And my goodness, what they prepare as kakanit. It is not like our fiesta here nga mabilbilang lang umay. Kung sino-sino yung kinumbida, yun lang pwedeng pumasok. Hindi basta pwedeng doon, sige, pumasok kayo sa mga bahay. Talagang everybody. And then the procession of the Catholics, no? Dito sa Baguio, hindi kasi marunong mga taga-Baguio ng procession. Kaya you see them there, and those are things that you learn. What am I trying to say? Even Heather, whom you have identified as Lupon and Kibungan? She is mix. There is no such thing as a pure indigene. I hope you understand that. And I will use myself as the best example. We were always known when we were young as Apo ni Kapunes. Is there an Ibaloy here? We were Apo ni Kapunes and anak ni Busol. That's how we were known. No? Meaning our grandparents were Japanese. Our mother was Busol. She came from Bontok. And our father was the Ibaloy. But he was also half Japanese. And what I'm trying to say is all this talk about indigenous is actually a definition of bias and prejudice. And that's the paradigm shift I would like to invite all of you now, whether you are doing research or you are being researched about, that you move away from our biases and prejudice. Idiubing kami, because I'm a war baby, it was bad to be Japanese. Ta iba kada hapunday ta. The bias and prejudice was toward the enemy, who was the Japanese. But when we went to high school, that's when I first got introduced to what does it mean to be Igorot. Because now we were Igorots. We were no longer Japanese. We were Igorots. And naturally, in the class of 50, I think we were 34 in a class. And then 50 when they call them turn back. They gave 1 year ahead who didn't pass the subject, they come back. And so we're something like 50 to a class. That's when we realized that we were very few. Maybe in Baguio City High School, out of 30-something students, there would be only 6 of us from the Cordillera. And that was not just Baguio. So whether we understood each other or not, and we did not, we spoke different languages, we became barkada. And that is for self-preservation. Then you start to develop in the elementary, what is it that must not be shown as Japanese so that they do not like you? What is it that you must cultivate as Japanese so they will appreciate you? That's when your bias and prejudice develops. It became very defined when we went to high school. Because for the first time, in this beautiful city of Baguio, I understood what it meant to be Igorot and Ilocano, where before there was no distinction. When we went to Aringay and San Fernando, from where most of our classmates came from, the parents and grandparents would say, "Mi, si mampet kito Igorot ti Baguio," including their grandchildren. And then when we brought home our classmates to Bontok or to Benguet, they would say, "Mi, adada gito Ilocano ti Baguio." That included us. What am I trying to say? Bias and prejudice is learned. And one of the best sources of bias and prejudice now are researches. So let's go back to where we begin. Apay anya ti indigenous. As I started to say, if you're from Venus, you're indigenous to Venus. So if you're from Pampanga, you're indigenous to Pampanga. There is no such thing as a person who is not indigenous. I wouldn't know where he came from. Maybe he's a monkey. No? But for all people, you come from somewhere. And now, despite what Leon says, and then I understood all of the students, we saw all the students going out. No, there's no traffic, but the students are walking home because they dismiss classes here. You know, you go to school because that is your job. You go to school and you come home only when they dismiss you. You're really wet through and through, carrying your shoes so that it does not become wet. Leon, why did they dismiss it? Why? You have lazy teachers, lazy supervisors, and laziest people in the administration of DepEd. So the first sign of signal, they dismiss. You go home like this before, your teacher will say, "Who told you to go home?" No? You're supposed to be in school. And so they will call your father. The telephone is that ring like that. And they will say, "Daytoy anak mo, kaya't nati agawid." And the father will not say, "Naku, huwag mong galawin yung anak ko. Ididimanda kita ng human rights." Your father will say, "Sige, bati mita umay kuntuda gasan no alas 4." Oh, that's the way things have changed. And what is that? That is all because of research. If you look at some of the researches that I read and went through the first time I was in this hall, I saw and I bow and I congratulate BSU how far away you are from where you were the first time I met you in a research and extension program. I am shocked, but pleasantly, that before, like my white-haired lady here, you have to be white-haired and stooped and walking with very uncertain before you become a PhD. Now, oh God, you're only 30 years old and you have a PhD. I am awed. And at the same time, pleasantly, because si kayo siguro yung dapat kausapin na, no? Ano ba nangyayari sa atin? Why are we dividing instead of uniting? Even if they say, bagong bayani, bagong Pilipinas, bagong this and bagong that, it is all bagong that is bagoong, no? So, what am I trying to share with you this morning? First of all, the university is a triad. If you are really a college student and a college graduate, you understand learning. You learn. You do not come here to play your gadgets and to find your boyfriend and to go dancing. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. You are in college to learn. And learning means you apply your knowledge, your skills to getting something that's new that you don't know. And the second triad after learning is teaching. That's not just for you. You have to teach. And that does not mean you have to be a PhD professor standing in front of a class. You start by being the teacher to your children. And after your children, your neighbors. And after your neighbors, your community. And after your community, if you are good enough and the BSU thinks you're qualified, you come and teach in a college or a university. But you are a person of a triad. What they call the educated man is somebody who learns, who teaches, and extends. That is the triangle of the university. You extend. Inyati kahit nangasawan, do not look just to your nose and in front of you. You look behind, above, below, and on the sides. That is extension. And extension does not mean wala namang kaming TV, ma'am, kaya hindi kami pwede. That is bontok. You walk. That is research. And therefore, the triad applies in your whole life. You learn until you die. You teach until you die. And you extend until you die. So I will use BSU. And I will encourage you because my heart is broken in many thousand pieces because of BSU. Especially when I read in the local newspapers, BSU granted a degree, you are going to go into the College of Medicine. Good Lord, you don't even have a College of Medicine building. You don't have a hospital to talk about. You don't have tenured teachers here. BSU started in my mother's time as the Mountain Agricultural College. Lesson number 1, Ngarud, indigenous knowledge. I am touched that you say that the problem is still land. Yeah, it still is. It is the Ibaloy of Trinidad versus the Benguet State University. And I have there in that black envelope a beautiful history of PSU by Dr. Stanley Anos. And a beautiful history of Trinidad by the MPDC, headed by Sharon Powit. And another beautiful history of the families of Trinidad by Vicky Tumbaga. You know them. They are all connected to BSU at one time or another. And then I met all of them and I said, why are you writing as if BSU belonged to the moon? Why are you not talking about the history of Trinidad? Why is it only BSU? Only BSU. What you see in the archives is what you're talking about. In Sikayumat nga municipio, why are you talking as if BSU does not exist when it owns half of the valley floor on the other side of the road, and you're quarreling in court every day, and then it is as if BSU does that exist in your history. And then the third is the Kayumut nga taga Trinidad. Hanggang ngayon ba'y lumalaban pa kayo sa lupa inuno nyo? Wala na yun. What you should have done a long time ago, you did not do. What did you do? You went to the US Navy and you went to the United States as nurses and you left Trinidad alone. So Trinidad became La Trinidad. Lesson number 2. And that I wish BSU, sana nga ipuso nyo, yulo nyo, at sa lahat ng research magpapakita yon. Distrito de Benguet as a politico-militar area of the Spaniards began long ago, and Benguet province was the first civil government organized in the Philippines. There was no such place called Baguio. It was La Trinidad in Benguet. And Benguet held the Spaniards away from here for 300 years. For 300 years, I repeat, 300 years. They did not come here. They entered through Mangkayan, going all the way to Bugyas, but they only got as far as that. They entered here in Kias, Green Valley, down to Akupan and Antamok, and they did not last here. There are the beautiful stories of the Battle of Tunglo, up there in Green Valley, where the Spaniard was defeated by an Ibaloy Mambunong. And the story of Trinidad, how they valiantly tried to stop the incursion of the Spaniards here by getting everybody from all the municipalities to fight in Pico. But there was a traitor who went and made sip-sip, and therefore the force here was not able to destroy the Spanish army, but they stopped the incursion of the Spaniards. Therefore, most of the names of Benguet are borrowed. There were no family names before. And therefore, when Apupadi came and he asked you, what are your names? So you tell your name, whatever is your name. And it usually is a native name. Then they will give you the native of the Kumandansya, or the Apupadi, and that is where we got all of our names. Or any of those Spaniards who were here. We did not know how to spell. So Quirante became Carantes, and Carreño became Cariño. We didn't know how to spell. We did not know how to write. We had to be taught how to do this. All of that is indigenous knowledge. But not only of the Ibaloy, also of the Spaniard, the priest, and the military officer. So what am I saying about indigenous? Numapang kayo ti indigenous, please understand that the indigenous also means the other. And in the words of the venerated Dr. Henry William Scott, he said, why? It is only the foreigner who will see that you are not using spoon and fork, except Ifugao. And what does he do? He says you are using the Filipino chopsticks. You know what that means? Kam ka. So your hand and your fork and spoon are your 5 fingers. That is, you see, you have indigenous knowledge, but also the person who is looking at you, why are these people eating with their hands? They have no spoon and fork. The Ifugao did. He had wooden spoon and wooden spoon, never mind the fork. But he had wooden spoons. And that is the difference of culture. And yet the Ifugao and the Ibaloy are very closely connected culturally and linguistically, more so than the Bontoc and the Ibaloy. Those are researchers. So when I came, I was awed by the number of researchers and the level of research of BSU. But after the forum, I was talking to the ladies who invited me here, and I said, what I only regret is, sana kung yung mga researches na maliliit pinag-isa nyo, ang laki-laki ng effect nun. Because you will realize as Mrs. Kiwang has said here, that the problem is you have not touched what should be touched by research, and that is the ownership, use, and management of the natural resource, which is land. You could not understand all of your researches because you could not understand why the land is still the problem, as has been identified this morning. What does it therefore mean to do indigenous research? The DepEd, thank you for calling it attire. We will say, excuse me, will you please stop all of that orthography that the teachers are making? And now it is all in the papers, the number of money, the number of pesos given away. You know, I have some friend teachers who were doing all kinds of research. And then I said, for what is that? And then they would say, but because DepEd is requiring. And then I found out, oh, I see you had honorarium. That's why you were doing it. Never mind that DepEd required it. That was your reason. But actually, you did it because there was honorarium. And they produce dictionaries and stories which are not really indigenous. Kakawatan tayo. Because the one who wrote it is not from here, does not understand the language, and therefore the problem of research is not what you hear, it is how you interpret it. That is the big difference. And I will go back with special requests to the teachers, those who are tasked with the problem of teaching your students how to do research, how to validate, and how to come up with something that the DOST will publish or the BSU journal will publish. What is this? You are introducing bias and prejudice through the process of research. Yeah? Even the construction of your theoretical framework is usually there. I am speaking here in English because you understand it. If I spoke in Bontoc, well, maybe 3-4 people will understand. If I spoke in Ibaloy, maybe only one will understand because only one raised his hand. If I spoke in Ilocano, the Tagalogs will be angry. If I spoke in Filipino, the Ilocanos will be angry. You see, and yet DepEd says, and it has been proven many times, the best way to teach everlasting studies to students is to teach the grade 1 to 3 in the mother tongue. That is what K to 12 is all about. How to teach the child to retain everything is to teach grade 1 to 3 in the native tongue. And when they asked in the Cordillera, according to Brother Luistro, in one of those meetings we had, alam nyo sa Cordillera nakakatuwa kayo. Tanong namin, what's your native tongue? Unanimously, kung nadakano dyan class, English, sir. Talaga mother tongue, dagat English. Which is true. Which is true. Your children grow up with English. And then now, after K to 12, everybody's speaking Tagalog. So you go to a restaurant and then dyan, makawat ka Ilocano. When, katapay at Tagalog ta. Isot sa udagamin, ma'am. Katagilocano. Tawat ka. Because what you're trying to say is something that only an Ilocano can understand. And then you both laugh. Because you are talking mistizo Tagalog that you do not understand how to use. So you are looking for, sino ti makaawat ni naapgat? Huh? That is not exactly translatable in Tagalog. So to go back, what do you mean by indigenous? Number one, there is no such person who is not indigenous. In this coming Undas, you will find out. The best time to be anywhere in the urban areas is on Undas, not Christmas. Because Christmas, they will come to the city to eat McDo and Jollibee. But during Undas, they will go home to light the candles. And you will find out there are no people of Baguio, na taga Baguio, nagawid namin. There are no people of Manila. They all went home. And so the buses and the trains and the planes are overloaded. That is Undas. And that is research. You go back to your roots, and not only go back to your roots, you put premium place to your ancestors. It is the time to come together. In the United States, Christmas is not the happiest time. It's Thanksgiving. And that has nothing to do with all the ghosts that you see, or Casper the ghost, friendly or not ghosts. No. Uh, Thanksgiving in the United States is for the beautiful, bountiful harvest before the onset of winter. Tatnuhan nyo nga maawatan. Kung hindi nyo alam yung background ng indigenous, sasabihin na lang nyo, they believe in ghosts. They believe in ghosts. That's not what Halloween is all about. Halloween is just the way of making children come and ask for candies, no, and be scared by this headless horseman of Happy Hallow. But that's Halloween. Halloween is the Thanksgiving before that, which is thanking for harvest. Back to the Philippines. Here, it is undas. It is not Christmas. Christmas is when sinuti ninang ko, mama. Sinuti ninong ko, mama. That's where you go to your ninong. Maybe he will remember you for the first time in 100 years if you come to see him. And of course, you understand. You go away from there. You have something, supposedly, no? But that is what it's all about. Research will tell you that the ninong is not supposed to be that. Do you know what a ninong is? In the Catholic Church, which is the one that talks about ninong all the time, you have a godfather. He is supposed to help your parents in your indoctrination into the Christian faith. So there's no talk about gifts and Merry Christmas, ninong whenever, or birthday. All of these are myths and legends, biases and prejudice that I'm trying to point out to you. Now, what therefore is the indigene? He is the other. And you do not describe him the way you look at him, no? Do not make him your mirror image. That's why the first studies were what they call ethnographies. And they measured whether you are more like a monkey or a chimpanzee. They saw whether your hair is long or curly or straight. That's how they started, physical anthropology. And then later on, they went into how do you live? Your social, political, and cultural structures. That was the second. That is what they call social anthropology. But now, the flavor of the month, and that's why I suppose you are here, is the indigene, the other, but it is the culture. You realize that after you gave him clothes, told him to stop using the G-string, took away his bow and arrow and gave him an M16, in the end, he was still whoever he is. If he is from Lubao, taga Lubao. Because if you ask a person, taga ano ka? Mountain Province. He does not say that. He says taga Buntok. And then from Buntok, he will even tell you his barangay or his sitio. And that is how a Filipino understands where he comes from. So kind of to round it out, what is PSU here for? From Mountain Agricultural College. O you remember, data autonomy, yung autonomy yung pinag-uusapan at pinaglalaban, inyo yun sa mulat-mula pa. It was not called Benguet State University. It was called Mountain Agricultural College. What was Mountain Agricultural School? This is the Americans' understanding, and that is their indigenous knowledge. And I am not saying it is wrong. It's very correct that what PSU was supposed to be all the time was an agroforestry university. And it was supposed to handle all of the state colleges and universities in the old mountain province. Kaya nga MAS, Mountain Agricultural School. Ano ba ang pinag-uusapan ngayon? Ang tawag yata nun, eco farms. Ano ba yun? Farm to table, slow cooking. Kung ano-ano yung, but it all comes under indigenous, no? Indigenous, you will go to Burnham Park or Malcolm Square or Session Road, and then you will have a demonstration, compliments of DTI and BSU or DOST and Picard or CHED. What are you doing? You are going back to the past. It is not going back to the future. It is going back to the past. So what are they saying? Yung other na pag-aralan mo ngayon, hanggang ngayon, kiniing pa rin. But understand that when you do research, the kiniing is now capable of being put in the freezer. It has kilo weights. It is not just cut anyway. The parts of the pig are followed. That is the innovation that research teaches you. That's the way to do it. Make it better. Make it more preserved, no? But at the same time, understand that the kiniing you buy in the market is different from the kiniing you hung outside your house without refrigeration and without all kinds of things you put into the meat. And then they tell you, back to the past, simple living, wellness. Ano ba yung sa restaurant nyo dito? 101. Vegan. What are all of this? Balik sa dati. But it is not really balik sa dati because you cannot eat that without a taste of sugar and salt, soy and vinegar that you learned from the Ilocano. See? So when you talk about indigenous, please go from the other, from the very beginning, by understanding who you are first and what are you trying to do in your research. Bakit ka ba nagre-research? For what? And why about the indigene? Because the grants are there, ma'am. I can get a grant from BSU if I do something on IKSP, or I will be put in the BSU journal, or they will make me speak in a forum like this. That's why IKSP. But hindi ka bumalik sa inyo. And my favorite example would be when they say, ma'am, ano yung indigenous? O you ask your mother, your grandmother, how did she cook adobo? How did she cook in kiwar? That's suman. And then you ask your mother, how did you cook adobo? And how did you cook in kiwar? Or whatever you call it, suman sa ibos or whatever it is. Patupat if you are from the mountain province. And then you have now no recipe. Because if I ask you, how did you cook? You will say, ma'am, nanganak jay Jollibee. That is research. And you understand how it became that. So back again to BSU. MAS was agriculture. So the first graduates here were forest rangers and agriculturists who taught farm schools. They're going back now to what they call farm schools. Before, that was secondary education in the Cordillera was agriculture based. And the girls, that's why you have a home economics department here, because they were taught how to weave, how to sew, and how to cook. More than just the inlambong and inihaw. More than that, no, they were taught that. And all of this is part of the research. You must understand how it became like that. And you must understand why the Ilocano laughs at an Ilocano who grows up in Baguio, because his language is mestizo. Nagrabaw. They will tell you nagrabaw ti Ilocano. And you cannot understand the Ilocano of the person coming from Ilocos Norte and Ilocos Sur. Ta nag-unagnot dayta nga Ilocano, never heard. No? Something like that. Same with Tagalog or Filipino. Same with Bontoc. And worse now. Have you ever tried to read text messages of young people? You cannot understand. It is neither English, nor Filipino, nor Ilocano. No, I don't know what language that is, but they understand it. They have shortcutted every word and they understand each other. So all of a sudden he's laughing. Your grandson is laughing. He's like, what are you laughing at? And then he will show you this one, grandma. Oh, you look at it and you don't understand what that thing is saying. But they understand each other and it gets communication going. So if you're the one outside the loop, you do not understand. And therefore you do not belong. And last but not least, MAS, head education. There were three here. Agriculture, forestry, and education. And all your first governors, balikan nyo, anywhere in the Cordillera, the first politicians were teachers. Why? Because there was a time when there was a meeting in the community, they will call, ayaban yun ni maestra. She is the secretary. She is the public information officer. She is the dictionary. She is everything. She is also the one who keeps the records. So when she realized or he realized, ang mabuti naman yung kapitan, mag-utos-utos lang ito, nagtarayan nga kapitan. After kapitan, councilor. After councilor, mayor. After mayor, board member. After board member, governor. After governor, congressman. And that is where your research should head. What did it take from us? Yeah? What is it in the politician? The Cordillera politicians, I remember in our time, were so different from the other politicians. You know, when you go there, magandang umaga po, po, pigat ka nga pigat. Hindi ka basta pwedeng papasok sa kwarto. Pero kung Cordillera yung pupuntahan mo, sige, adani, congressman. O, wala na yung protocol na, ano ba yun, social secretary, wala yung ganun. Adani, congressman, ay, kadalang iba, kahit may meeting, papasok na yung tao. Because the politicians here were servants then. Now, they are the bosses. What is the implication to BSU? Kung talagang kayo gusto nyong malaman kung ano ba yung indigenous. What is the implication? You're supposed to have a new president, di ba? Dapat kayo yung kausap. Hindi yung congressman at saka yung governor at saka yung mayor at saka yung mga magtatakbo dyan na mananalo at matatalo sa election. Why has our democracy become a democracy of the few? Only those who meet among themselves. That's what I mean when I saw your researches. Sana there was a research about certain worms in the cabbage. That's very important because here, the number one product here is papas and poryo. Papas is patatas and poryo is repolyo. Diba? So, of course, it is important that you know where the worms are coming from and what to do with them. But it is not simply that. I just came back from Iloilo and I was shocked. Two old DJ, yung itatanim ng sayote, meron ng, ano yun, yung tumutubo doon. Two of it, very badly scarred, meaning to say, tinapon-tapon na ito from one hand to another, one basket, one box to another. 2 pieces at 74 pesos. Good Lord. And here we just pull it out where dumadaan tayo, makibingayak ti sayote. There's something wrong with our supply chain. If the one talking about, I think somebody did a study on the chains of transportation because of what is this Pinoy, the trading post. In my time, there were only 6 or 7 trucks. They were all international harvesters. And they carried the papas and the poryo up to the mountain trail. There were no tram lines. There were no hired people. The farmer carries his own produce. And he loads it on a very huge international harvester truck that looks like the one you see carrying the ore from Pilex or from Lepanto. And if you really wanted to go on the mountain trail, there were only how many buses? So you ride with the trucks of the mines. That's the supply chain we had before. And yet it was on the mountain trail where I first saw my introduction to pornographic comics. So I asked the driver, where did you get these comics? EJ Divisoria. Because he goes to Divisoria, he brings home those pornographic magazines. If you had done your studies, somebody doing about the way people are informed, that includes pornographic comics. And at the same time, newspapers that came from Manila that are 2 months old already. No? There were no newspapers here before. Or there was no radio. So the radio is the driver and the helper and the farmer and the farmer's assistant. That's the radio. Like that. And then the mayor, because he is no read, no write at that time, has to rely on ni maestra. No? That's the communication cycle. There was a study of BSU on that. Ako, ang tinitignan ko, ang ganda sana kung pinagtagpi-tagpi nyo yun. The problem of the worms, that's the increase of production. The problem of the supply chain, which was the transportation, And then the pricing, somebody did something on the pricing here in Baptisi. How do you differentiate the price here, Baguio Hangar Market, Divisoria, and I think Pangasinan? No? Those are the things kung pinagtagpi-tagpi sana ng researchers nyo, that would have been much better than all of your researchers. E nasan yung indigenous? Yung indigenous nandun sa inchik na trader, nandun sa Divisoria na big, big, big time dealer, nandun sa farmer, nandun sa farming aid, at nandun sa pornographic comics. That is the way you should look at your research. Your teacher will tell you, wag niyong sundan si Mrs. Pawid, yak-yak lang yan. You focus your problem, you develop your theoretical hypothesis, and then you go with it with the intensity of a well-trained researcher. I agree. Do it. But you also ask your classmate, this is something I'd like to do, but it's outside of my research. Can you do it? And let us together present it to the same audience. Last but not least, what I realize, especially in the University of the Philippines, Baguio, ang gaganda ng kanilang mga research. Pero ang nakikinig, sila-sila rin, like here this morning. We are talking to what we call an echo chamber. You like what I'm saying? Oh, tango ka ng tango dyan. You don't like what I'm saying? They tapo manawon kumata nalpasti sauna. You can see that, no? And all I'm saying is, why don't you invite now the policy people? The policy people. And what are the policy people? So I will end this short sharing by sharing you. Ako ay nagbabayad ng tuition sa NCIP. Kasi all my life, I've been non-government sa labas. All of a sudden, I found myself in a big office with 1,600 people all over the Philippines. The lead agency for indigenous peoples. And the first day, I said, oh, good morning. Kayo pala ang NCIP dito. Ako po'y galing sa bundok doon sa Cordillera. May I know how many of you read IPRA? What? Taksot ang kamay. Very good. Thank you very much. Did you understand it? Yes, ma'am. Oh, lahat sila, yes, ma'am. So I said, okay, please bring out 1/2 sheet of paper. Ma'am, sandali, may question. Yun. Why? Why are your researchers only in the cabinets of your university? Nobody reads it. Why don't you invite and require your municipal mayors, your barangay captains to come here? Why are we perpetuating the myth na awan tumot lang ta muna day ta ma'am, bayadan to ni congressman niya, kat aramido na ti kahit ni congressman. Bayan, why are we cultivating these myths and legends? Ito ni congressman ti ambulance kat akrap ma'am day ta ibaga na nga ibutos ni. Why? Why? When I joined the group there in the market of Trinidad, panagsagan, I think something, pansigadan. And I was so happy. And the last, after the forum, and because they asked me, can you share us your experience in Baguio with the referendum and so forth and so on. Ni after the session ko na da, ma'am, imposible. Idida kayo siguro taman mano kayo ng itatakatan nga mabalin. Why are we like that? After thinking, here are a few people. One person can change the world. What is your research for? To give to your advisor, who will usually write it for you? And then you give it to your critics who will say, oh yes, very good. Ay nakidiyes na ko. And where is my honorarium? That's what they will say. And then, no more. Even you never read your research again. Why? So what would I like to leave with you this morning? MAS became Mountain National Agricultural School, MNAS. That has nothing to do whether you're national or not. It has something to do how do you get your budget. O nakita yun dyan. And the budget is according to the people in Manila. So now, PSU is under the thumb of CHED. And CHED is under the thumb of the Department of Education and the President of the Philippines. Do you have anything to say, oh, your beautiful researches, ibagada, tapos na yan. May MA na yan. May MS na yan. Tag mo na yan. Nobody needs. And my last image to leave to you is of one lady who, you know her. Her name is Carol Muller Brady. You know, she and June Brett. June Brett is June Brett. June Prill Brett. Both of them are Mestiza Americana. But both of them are also Kankanay and Buntok. So when we are there in the faculty room, they would say, you know, when we look at the mirror, I cannot believe that I am Igor. You see them, they're really Americana, but nga talaga ti langlangada, dapat freckles, freckles, both of them. But it was Carol who said, I'm not going for my PhD. I'd rather fight in the streets for what I believe in. Why? That's what we asked her. And then she said, because my thesis and my dissertation was not meant to gather dust on the shelf. And that is what I'd like to impart to you this morning. Go back to the indigenes. And I'd just like to show you this National Geographic because I hope BSU will be the leader here. This is what is this date, 2023 March. Yeah? It is called Going Home. They came here and we met some BSU people. Among them, Dr. Anong was there in UP Baguio. The University of Michigan has beautiful artifacts, but more important than the artifacts, they have beautiful archives. And when I mean archives, amuyuda kayo, you all want to go to the States to do your PhD and your MAs there. Why? Because the materials are there. But now, you can download all of that. You can get it without going to the States. But before, every graduate student wants to go to the States because the materials are there. Now, what is this going home? They came here. They are willing to return everything that they took away from us. The skulls to see whether we are more like apes or dinosaurs. The material culture, you know, the baskets I was showing you yesterday there in the attire. That's correct. Because the costume is not as beautiful and as clean as what it looks when we use it when we're dancing on Session Road. No. That's why I remember one NCIP, he's not here, unfortunately. He refused to have anything to do with NCIP wanting pictures. Have you ever seen their 3-volume, very heavy books? Their tomes, no? You do not go to plant rice with a brand new skirt. So he was saying, no, you know, in Buntok, we go to plant and we have no clothes, only leaves. It's okay. Have you ever seen that? So so you remember, here comes father. He's going across the Chico River. And at that time, the Chico River had a hanging bridge of rope. And then they said, good work. Their faces. Nya nga ita mo ni Padi, no sino kami. Ang agpapadatiru mi, agpapada bagimi. They were all naked with leaf skirts because they were planting. Research should tell you, no tagajay kayo, you understand that. Kung naman you go to the field with a 1,000 peso skirt to go and plant, you can do that. So when you put it for a coffee table book, you do not pretend. No? There is what they call in research the truth. That's what you're after. But most researches I read now are beautiful researches, but they create myths and legends that are the beginnings of your biases and prejudices. So MNAS became MSAC. College na siya. And then when they divided the old mountain province, it became Benguet State University. And what was it? Benguet for the Benguets, Ifugao for the Ifugaos, Kalinga for the Kalingas. So you have IPSO, you have PSI, you have Apayao State College. Nobody wanted to coordinate. They all wanted to be president. Everybody wanted to be PhD. They all went to the States and they never came back. So what is indigenous? Indigenous is everybody. At a certain point in time, you are called indigenous. For the Philippines, so that you understand, the biggest difference is naiwan ng panahon kasi hindi sumuko sa Espanyol. That's what created the indigeny of the Philippines. So what we went through is first we were called pagans. Oh, walang apo Diyos. Hindi naman totoo yun. Everybody here, I just passed something there in Lung that says, Kabunyan Cafe. Do you know what Kabunyan is? That's not a God. That's not a God. Kabunian. Who of you speak Kangkanay? Will you please raise your hands? Kabunian is to whom you offer. There are many. There are many. And it is the wise Bishop Claverus that you know, Bridget, the difference between you and I, no, dibati kami is, you are Old Testament and I am New Testament. So na, because he is Christian. But when I'm arguing about indigenous, he says, oh, it's correct, but you are Old Testament. You see that? So there is really nothing indigenous except what you as a researcher is trying to understand. It is the other. It is the other. Whoever is that. It could even be your teacher or even me standing here. Sino DJ? Yak-yak nga bakit? So you research. But what you do in research is you find the truth. That they say the truth hurts, but it sets you free. And you do not make burda-burda and color. No, you don't do that. You do that only when you have to stand in front of your president. And then he will say, apahan ka nga nag-uniform. Because of that, in Bontoc, we laugh because we call it dilanggit. You know, that's the edge of the skirt tanuhan nga agburbor niya. And that's what you put here. And all kinds of things you do with the woven thing. Is it bad? No. It's very good. But your research should say, who owns the thread? Why did the cotton industry of Ilocos Sur disappear? Who are trading those costumes? Because they are sold as costumes, but they are worn as attire. Anya? Who makes money out of that? Who is controlling the style change? That's what you study. And you say, who are these? Why is it like that? But more importantly, you distinguish between the attire that is original, the attire that has evolved, and the attire that you're talking about. In the future, it will be something else. It will be see-through. Who knows? But that is for the future. So that, ladies and gentlemen, lapis and fountain pen, as I tried to say, what is our biggest fault? Magbaybayad tuition to NCIP, it is that we are such good students of American kind of education, curriculum building, language proficiency, process and documentation techniques. What happened? It is the I, myself, and me. And we call it human rights. In the past, adim bukbukodan din gawis. Those of you who speak Kangkanay. Han nga siksikati tao nga in parswa ni Apo Diyos. That is the Ilocano of it. Pwede ba? Makihingi din naman ng kahit konti lang. That is also the Tagalog of it. All of this. And that is our biggest sin. We went to school, we became so proficient, we forgot our communities. It is I, myself, and me. Wala na yung we. So to end this, I just like to use what I always use as an example. You know, if you are an ipis, ano yun, DJ Kakrots, yeah, ipus nga diya. If you're an ipis, it is bad manners to say nga tinagan mo. You don't say that. You don't say that. Because when you meet a person, you say, ay, taga ano? Uh, and then, sino amom ni Kastoy? Into numalpasan kat, ay, kabagyak di chay, kaskulak daytoy, daytoy. And then at the end, you'll say, inyaman gayam, tinagan mo. You see that you are trying to establish the community of a person. So my message this morning, among things I wish you would remember, there is no indigene, there is no other if he does not belong to a community. You want to understand the indigenous, you have to understand his community. You want to understand why BSU and Trinidad and Benguet province are still fighting until today, you understand the issue of land. You go back, but you do not stay there. You move forward. And somebody, I think, did a research, or somebody is talking about conflict resolution. That is apat. Or like the mamati kayo man unuhan, naniniwala ba kayo hindi? During the height of the martial law years, we met an NPA and then we were saying, apay man, what are you fighting for? And then they said, apat ako, ta inkikinaawatan tako. Tanu matay kami, amumino apay nga matay kami. Oh, translated. Let us talk so we understand each other. And if we have to die, because there was a soldier among us and there was an NPA commander there, if we have to die, we will understand why we are dying. Ladies and gentlemen, for the privilege of being asked to talk to you this morning, I hope you have learned a few things and that you understand there is no substitute for conversation. And as that commander said, taman numatay kami, if we die, we know why we are dying. Thank you very much.